Welcome to YouTube enjoyers, Twitch enjoyers, Sticky Chat Spam 07. Today in this video, I'm going to cover the best tactic to deal with this upcoming new gem change system. And at the same time, this video is going to convince you how bad this upcoming change is and it must be improved. This will affect every one of you regardless of you being same class Andy or different class Andy. There has been a lot of tactics from Invin, and among them, this one tactic is considered the best tactic that people are gonna try to use. It is called two-man weekly shift tactic. All right, before I go in, if you don't know about this new gem chain system, you have to watch my video in the description. Let's say I have a main and an alt, two character. So what you do is that you go into your main and, for example, on Sunday, you lock to the main and then request for unlock right away. Then what happens is that the 7 days of the cooldown starts ticking, but you can still use the gems with the full benefit that you get by making a character bound. The cooldown to damage interchangeable system and the system where you can change to any skills and the character preset, like all of that. And you do the raid from Sunday, Monday to Tuesday. 3 days are given for you to finish 3 weeklies. Then the reset happens on Wednesday, right? Now you have 4 days given to do another 3 weeklies. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. On next Sunday, the cooldown comes back, so it becomes tradable. So you pass it to that one alt and lock it on that alt. And the same, request for unlock, then the 7-day cooldown starts ticking and you do the raid for 3 given days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and reset happens, and same. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, do another 3. This is the basic. Okay, now let me go through some stuff that you must know to do this. Idealistically, you want to do this tactic on Sunday or Saturday. Why? For example, if you do it on Sunday, then you have 3 days to clear the weekly and 4 days to clear the next weekly. So it's balanced out. It's 3 and 4. If you do it on Saturday, then that becomes 4 and 3, right? Let's say that you do this tactic on Friday. You have 5 days to finish the 3 weekly on that character, which is a lot, right? But then when the reset happens, you only have 2 days to clear another 3 weekly. That is bad. So idealistically, you want to apply this system on Saturday or Sunday. Now, let me talk about pros and cons. There's only one pros, but it's a strong pros. You can perfectly share the gem and use it however you want on 2 characters. Everything else in that is downside. You technically get less time to finish your 3 weekly on each character. Before, you had 7 days to clear 3 raids, right? But now what's going on is that you have 3 days given to clear 3 raids and 4 days given on the next week, and repeat. Cons number 2, you cannot choose the sequence, the order of the characters that you want to do the weekly. It is completely fixed. You cannot adjust the time. People who have statics doing the weekly are in such a worst case, because how are you gonna manage the time of 8 people's schedule to this? Downside number 3, you do not have gems to do the dailies on one of the character. For example, this character can do the daily every day, right, for this week. But this character cannot because he doesn't have a gem. So if you are a person who want to do the daily on every character every day, you need a spare, a flex gem, like, low level tier 4, just to do the guardian raid. Or if you don't want to do that, then you have to accumulate rest point. And then when his turn comes, you start doing the guardian raid. So this is an example of doing this tactic on 2 character as a one group, right? You can do this on all 6 character that you have. In that case, that's 3 groups. You need 3 sets of gems. So 11 times 3, 33 gems. In that case, what's going to happen is that, so for example, on Sunday, group number A-1, do it here, do 3 here, and then reset and do 4. When the cooldown comes back, second guy on that group, A-2, gets it and do it, and do it. Repeat. Second group, the 3rd and 4th character, let's call it B-1. Another set of gems, do it like this, and then do 4 days, and then B-2 gets it, and do it, and then reset and do 4. Lastly, the 5th and 6th character, let's call it C, group C-1, do it, and reset, and do it. Second person on the group C gets it and do for 3 days, and then reset, and then 4 days. Do you guys now understand why the tactic is called Twoman weekly shift tactic? Now the important part. I see in the chat saying, we understood, but who the F is gonna do this? This looks so bad. You are 100% right. That is why on the start of the video, I said this video will convince you how bad this upcoming new gem change system is. Let me show you the invent's reaction. Brought to you by OpraGX. This is one of the top posts in the invent today. Title says, guys, check your shift schedule, and then shows this way too dank shit. And then in the content says, make sure to not get confused with other people when shifting. The best comment on this post says, Shiba, is this even a game? This is not a game. And the next best comment says, you know what? If you meet an imposter in the raid, then all this schedule is gonna get fucked up. If you don't want to do this, just buy the gems for all your characters and then make a character bound to get that 5% base attack power. People who play multiple same classes, they don't have to follow this. You know the tactic that I brought up on the last video? They can follow that. Lock it on their main, but don't lock it at all on their ults. For different class NDs, you have an option to share the gems by having 3 sets of gems. What did the director say on the last stream? The director's intention from his live stream is to let people partially share the gems. But to do that, you have to follow this. If not, you just lock everything in your character, which is not what the director intends. So that is why Invent is burning. What he said and the patch's direction is completely different is the raging point. Like, ironically, I feel hope on the community in KR because till yesterday, the same class Andes and the different class Andes has been keep fighting. But because someone brought up this tactic is the best to the Invent, and now everyone is reacting to this, and they figured out that this system is no good for anyone that plays the game. So how does the Invent people want it to be changed? There's like a lot of opinions, brought up, and there's this one opinion that's getting the most fame, which is sustain this system, but change the character bound part to roster bound. That opinion is getting the most popularity at the moment. So we'll see if in the upcoming May director stream, if he's gonna actually come up with a better solution. Everyone, Redditors, YouTube, Twitch, do not sell your gems yet. Let me know how you guys think, and this system needs to be improved for sure. Stay Giga Chat. Spam 07, guys.